What would you say is some of the key factors and decision making when it comes to the reasons that people do or do not do things?
It's going to come down to a belief level about what that represents to them. In my opinion, and what I found over the years has been that, people will do a lot of things if they have the right belief about that thing, or they understand what the payoff or the detriment, what the deterrent will be. So I think there's a lot of people that do things because they don't want to lose. And then I think there's a lot of people that do things because they want to win. And I think when we look at some of the behaviors that we need to realign within ourselves, we have to look and say, am I doing this because I don't want to lose something? Or am I doing this because I want to avoid pain? Or as Tony says, Tony Robbins talks about, or am I doing this in pursuit of pleasure? And when we get really clear on that, then we can start moving the needle a little bit to helping us get what we want. But I think the biggest thing is people have associated a lot of meanings. Dr. Viktor Frankl, who wrote The Man's Search for Meaning. Man's Search for Meaning is just such a powerful book. If you've never read it, check it out. There's even a documentary done by his grandson, who's a good friend of mine, and about his grandfather. It's just amazing to hear him do that. It's called Victor and I believe, Victor and I. But, when you look at that, what meaning have people attached to something? I was working with a young lady one day. She just stopped me in a coffee shop, and she said, "Hey, I heard you talking about this kind of stuff. What can I do to stop smoking?" And I'll give you the quick, simple version. I said, "Look, when did you ever stop before? Because everyone's already stopped once." She goes, "I stopped, for about 2 years." And I said, "Well, when did you start back?" She goes, "Well, after I got into a car accident, I had a brain surgery, and when I got healthy and I got out of the hospital, I was at home, I started smoking again." I said, "What did that feel like?" She goes, "Oh my gosh, it felt like I got my life back." And I said, until you change the meaning of smoking from "I got my life back," you will never get rid of that, because that represents part of life to you. So we did a 15-minute, 20-minute tops conversation where we reattached the meaning for her, that it was no longer about getting her life back. It was taking her life away. It was destroying her life. It was literally sabotaging the very life that she wanted. And we started talking, we attached new meanings, like, what do you want for your life? How does cigarettes play into that? And how does cancer play into that? How does lung problems and breathing problems? And so as we did that, we disassociated, and then we associated new meaning. In that moment, she was able to change the meaning, and she was able to get different results. Dr. Viktor Frankl talks about meaning because he was in 3 concentration camps, and he saw how people survived the concentration camps. And those that had meaning, that went beyond the concentration camp and started looking towards the future, those had a better odds of survival. And then you talk about the Bible, and the Bible talks about, without a vision, people perish. So having that vision and then attaching it to our actions, so that our actions are compelled and brought forward by something more meaningful than just the event that you're in right now.